Well, the Grand Rapids Griffins continue their trek through Texas with the second of 3 weekday matinee games later on this morning here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. They'll meet the Rampage, the second of 4 regular season games. Hi, everybody. Bob Kaser for Game Day Preview presented by Michigan First Credit Union. Well, the Griffins come off a split of a 2-game series just down the road from here, an hour and a half bus ride, in fact, in Austin, Texas, against the Texas Stars. They lost Friday night 2-1 before turning it around with a convincing 5-1 win on Saturday. The acquisition of Matt Puempel from the New York Rangers is proving to be everything the Griffins thought it would be and then some. He is sparking the offense, no doubt, as Puempel scored 2 goals in Saturday's win against the Stars, giving him 11 points now in just 9 games with the Griffins.
Yeah, I think the coaches have helped a lot with the transition, and my teammates and my line mates for sure. I know different systems and different organization. You got to get adjusted to things, but adjustments gone smooth so far.
Well, Griffins captain Matt Ford scored a huge shorthanded goal late in that second period, which at the time gave the Griffins a 4-1 lead, and ultimately led to the end of the night for starting goaltender Mike McKenna. You remember McKenna was the goaltender of record in all 6 games during the Calder Cup Finals last season, in which the Griffins knocked off the Syracuse Crunch. And so Matt Ford knows well. And Mike McKenna told me Saturday morning that he was looking at the game, though it was just a regular season game, as a way to get a little bit of redemption against the team that beat him in the Calder Cup Finals last year. So Matt Ford knows that getting pulled at the end of the second period could not have settled well at all with Mike McKenna.
We knew it was probably going to be a big game for him. Obviously the first time we're facing him since June there in the finals, and I know he probably didn't have things go his way, but that's the way it works once in a while. He's a good goaltender, and I'm sure he'll bounce back from it.
Well, win or lose that game, it was a significant night for Todd Nelson, who coached in his 500th American Hockey League game. He is one of 5 active coaches in the league to have done so. We asked him, does it make you feel old? You've coached that many games, or did you look at it as just a great accomplishment?
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I really appreciate it. You know what, to coach in this league as a head coach for 500 games, it's it feels pretty good. But you know what, I do feel old because after that stat came out, I started figuring out all the games I played, playoffs, coached, assistant or head, and it's in the neighborhood of 3,100 games. So I think Benny Simon goes, now divide that by 365. So basically 8.5 years, if I were to play or coach for 8.5 years in a row, that's how many years I've been around. So yeah, I do feel a bit old.
Well, can the Griffins continue their uncanny success in these weekday morning games? They have scored 7 goals in each of the past 3, winning 7-5 and 7-1 over Manitoba and Chicago respectively last season, and then just last week knocked out these very Rampage at Van Andel Arena 7-4. Grand Rapids enters the game today at 7-7-0-1. Look for their 6th straight win against San Antonio dating to last season. Tom McCullum will get the starting goal for the Griffins here later on this morning. San Antonio off to a great start through their first 13 games, one of the best records in the league at 9-3-1. Broadcast coverage comes your way at 11:05 this morning on ESPN 961 for the pregame show, and then the Griffins continue this 5-game, 10-day road trip on Friday night in Des Moines, meeting the Iowa Wild. Thanks again for joining us. This is Bob Kaser for Michigan First Credit Union's Game Day Preview, saying so long from the AT&T Center in San Antonio.